Hello and welcome to day 20 of my vegan experience. Just a couple of things to report on. So after the fail of my the Lancets is what they're called in my blood test kit, I contacted Forth, who were very helpful. They provided me with a load of additional information of how best to draw blood, and they're sending me a complete new kit. I think that's an excellent response. I think part of the problem was probably my fault. The instruction leaflet that came with the kit is really quite small, and the single image of how to use the Lancets was tiny, to say the least. And my eyesight's not getting any better, so I really struggled with that. But unbeknownst to me, they had actually sent me a link with a video on how to use the Lancets, and I hadn't realised that. They sent it to me in box and I spotted it, and the video is much clearer. So I now understand how the Lancets work. I will follow those instructions more appropriately, and hopefully when the new kit arrives that will be much more successful. So bearing in mind that we're 3/4 of the way through the month, it seems slightly odd to be using this as a before and after type test. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with this kit is perhaps just doing it as an indication of either where I am, so on the assumption that the kit arrives on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll either do it this week, or I may just hold off and wait till the end of the month and send it off at the end of the Veganuary month. I'll have a think about that. The other thing was I mentioned about my stools yesterday, so I am a little bit worried about them. I've talked about my bowel movements before. Something has definitely changed. I'm quite regular in terms of my bowel movements. In fact, it's almost predictable when I need to go to the loo, and always has been. And I think that's a good sign that my diet was good, and my stools have always been healthy. I didn't actually realise that there is actually a table that was produced by some UK-based scientists, which you can look up on Google, and it actually grades your poo and tells you what the likely problem is if it isn't in the two categories that are labelled as normal. So do look that up. That's worth knowing, even if you're not a vegan. If you're just watching this video, have interest, go and have a look at that. It's really quite informative. So I clearly do need more fibre in my diet, and there's lots and lots of good sources of that. My wife does actually have flax seeds on her toast each morning, and that's a good source, so perhaps that's why she's doing that. I didn't ask her, but I will do. I'm sure the reason why, but there's lots of other good sources: dried fruit, dried almonds, pumpkin seeds, all sorts of things. So there's plenty of information on the old interweb in terms of where you can get additional fibre into your diet, and I think I need to do that, so I will do that, and I will update you. Only other things to report today was we ended up eating out this evening, bit off the cuff really. We ended up having to go out to drop the car off to have some work done on it. So we ended up driving back and decided to stop off at a pub for something to eat. And now this pub, we hadn't realised, is actually a part of a local chain of pubs. Forgotten the name of the chain. Actually, I will look it up. And they're a carvery type pub. It's not Toby, the famous carvery range. It's somebody else's. But they actually do a number of vegetarian and lesser number of vegan dishes, but there are definitely vegan dishes on their menu. In particularly, they do an absolutely gorgeous vegetarian supreme pizza that you can order with vegan cheese and therefore make it a vegan supreme pizza. And you can then have chips and salad with that. And though we were warned that the chips aren't strictly vegan, and I think that's because they probably cook non-vegan things in the same oil. So that's probably why they're not strictly vegan. However, that's probably pushing things to the limit a little bit. Yes, maybe some people will say, "Oh no, we can't possibly have them. Something else has been in that oil." However, we did have the chips. I have to say I'm okay with that. It's up to individuals about how they feel about that. That's fine. I'll respect your position on that, as long as you respect my position on that. So yeah, the food was absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. Couldn't fault it. Was great. So I will remind myself what that chain is called and let you know. Don't know whether it's a national chain, or whether it's just something local to where we are, but I shall try and get to the bottom of that. Other than that, not much to report really, other than had some of the chili from last week as eat up for my lunch today. It was still good to go, so that dish, my wife made over a week ago, and that's done us proud for a whole load of meals, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, I could eat it all day. Well, not all day, I have to stop to do some work, but yeah, no, could eat it loads. So I think I've got one bowl left, which I will have for my lunch on Tuesday. I'm away on Wednesday evening, staying at a Premier Inn, so I'm going to have a look to see what restaurants are available around there. Interestingly, my company has included breakfast, so again, be interested to see what vegan options are for breakfast there. So look into that. Looking forward to investigating that. Anyway, I hope your Veganuary is going well. If you've signed up for it, and if you haven't done already, it's not too late. You can still sign up, I'm sure, and make a start in terms of having more plant-based food in your diet, and just see how you can get on with the whole idea of removing meat or animal-based diet products from your diet, and see how you cope with that as a concept and in practice. Okay, hope you have a great day, because you're probably watching this video on Tuesday morning, and I will send another video probably the end of Tuesday. Okay, thank you, bye.